Yo, what's up guys, Side 5 Gaming here, back from a little American Milsim op, Copperhead 4 in New Mexico. It was awesome. If any of you guys are airsofters out there, feel free to hit me up with any questions you have about that stuff. I've been into that for quite a long time. So anyway, back to GBO2. Nice to be back in town, nice to check out the updates. Let's talk about that paint shop. Alright, I'm going to show you how to go in there and basically what everything means and get into the translations aspect of it, everything you need to know. First, there's a couple other things we need to talk about that came out in the update. How to get to the paint shop. You don't have to go to the girl, the mechanic, who says she was building a customization shop back there. You don't have to do that. There's been people that have had access to this, you know, all day, and they still didn't understand how to get to it. So here you go. All you gotta do is hit triangle to open up your haro menu. We're gonna go to mobile suit, and then now there's a second option, and that second option is paint shop. Click circle and boom, there you go. People have been speculating about restrictions on rank and this, that, and the other. I have no idea. Both my characters on both accounts are, as you can see, this one is 3 diamond, level 6. Excuse me. So I have no idea, but that's how you do it. Now, something else that's really cool you guys need to know about is down here they added this option. Typically before, to log out, we would come down here and we would go to this extra options or more options, and then come down here to log out. You no longer have to go back to the title screen to save your progress and save your game. You come down to this one, and as you can see right here, boom, saving the game. Doesn't have to return to the title screen, it just does it right there on the fly. Super handy. By the way, this is version 103.0070. Okay, whatever. So let's go straight into the paint shop again. Haro, mobile suit, paint shop. Alright, so here we are, and basically it's pretty simple. To understand what you're doing here, just hit the touchpad as you do on any other menu you're not really sure of. Hit the touchpad and oh my god, it tells you exactly what everything says and everything means, and you just got to translate it with your super pocket computer and Google Translate. This basically just says that now you can create your own custom paint job or whatever. So let's go to the next screen. This is what's interesting. This is what you guys need to pay attention to. On the left you see where it says specular, then we have highlight, and then we have weathering. The weathering is pretty much just making the mobile suit dirty. I don't really see scarring and combat damage like you do on Gundam Breaker 3. And for the most part, I am going to be referring to Gundam Breaker 3 and how that relates to this, because it is extremely similar to Gundam Breaker 3. It's just a lot more simplified, has less options, and it's just a little dumbed down. So going back to specular, they translate that as reflection. I believe it is the gloss. And then highlight, they translate that as gloss, but that to me is most definitely metallic. So, or the metallic effect, or the amount of flake, or the depth of the paint that you're applying to the mobile suit. So let's check it out. I'm going to come in here. How do you select the color scheme you want? It's super easy. You click circle on the mobile suit you're going to customize. As you can see, you can save up to 3 different sets, and then you have a default set that, as you can see, it says unable to edit. So you don't have to worry about screwing up the mobile suit, horribly and messing up. So let's say we want to select set 1. All we do is move to set 1 and then hit X to back out. You don't have to select it or anything. If you were to hit circle, that would lead you into the modifications menu for it. We don't want to do that. So now let's go back to default. Click circle, default, hit X. It's that easy. That's how fast you can change your color scheme. You don't have to worry about selecting it, and with a button press you just back out. Now let's go in there and look at the actual modifications we can do. Click circle on set 1. Square is copy, triangle is paste. Again, square is copy, triangle is paste. So let's test that out. So let's copy this blue, and then we're going to paste it onto his head. And look at that. The right stick just pretty much, they show you down there at the bottom of the screen. Right stick controls the camera angles and, just checking out the mobile suit. So now let's turn his head back white. So copy and paste. You can see the pigment that you have copied over there, and where the little copy window is on the far right hand side of the selectable colors on the mobile suit. But let's get down to the details aspect of it that I'm really interested in. The part that I say is a lot like Gundam Breaker 3. So if we come over here to weathering and we turn the weathering all the way down, that allows us to see pure pigments, pure color, no what dirty weathering or whatever the hell they actually do with it on the color. So we come down to colors. If you were to click circle on the colors, that brings up this selection screen where you can pick any variation thereof. But the important thing here is the intensity. If you click L1, that brings up L1 and R1. If we click R1, that changes the intensity. So now we got a Christmas shield, or what was that? That kind of looks like the 7-Eleven series Gundam that came out. So anyway, L1, R1 is the intensity, and then you can pick whatever pigment you want in this spectrum. Right, so let's go back. And this is the important stuff that I wanted to get to. So specular, I believe specular is a gloss. Okay, and let me show you why. So if we zero this out, I'm going to zero both these out. When we zero out specular, oh, we actually need to get to the I need to get to the red first. That's what I need to do. Let's go to the red. That's, you can see it a lot better. All right, now let's zero these things out again. Here we go. Okay. So as you can see, now we have a perfectly flat paint job, flat pigment, perfect for creating camouflages and military-esque, palettes and whatever you want for that. Now, if you just use the left stick and push left while it's on 0, it clicks to 100 automatically. So now, as you can see, we have added all that reflection, as they call it, most definitely gloss. Now we have a flat color with a gloss, with a high gloss over the top, clear coat. Now let's go down to highlight. I believe highlight is metallic, the amount of how metallic you want this paint to be. Obviously, when you add metal flake to paint, that is how you create a metallic look, metallic paint. And it creates this depth of shine that you see on there. And if we lower the intensity a little bit, it's a little more recognizable. Now we have this deep shine going on in there. I definitely don't see that as gloss. I definitely can see that as light diffusion by metal flakes in a pigment. Now let's turn specular all the way back up, and boom, what do you have? That looks like a brand new automotive expensive paint job on metallic paint. Super thick clear coat, super intense metallic paint underneath. So if we were to, again, high gloss, high metallic. Now in Gundam Breaker 3, if you were to combine high gloss and high metallic, it would give you a perfect mirror chrome. That, I mean, I love the paint shop in Gundam Breaker 3. Hopefully I'll be able to show you guys some footage of my custom suits in there, because I'm pretty proud of a couple of them just because I worked on them for so long. I mean, it's one of my favorite aspects of that game. In that game, the chrome is absolutely perfect. That game's textures are and effects, and the particle effects in that game just are awesome. I love it. But for our purposes here, this is what we got. It doesn't create a chrome. It just creates a layered paint effect. Looks like brand new automotive paint, as I was saying. Now, let's say we go back up here, click R1 to go to weathering, click left, and let's dirty her up a little bit. So as you can see, it looks kind of like it got brushed, but it pretty much looks like it just has dirt everywhere. You don't see any pock marks from ballistic weapon damage or burn marks or anything of the sort. No cracking, no cuts, none of those things that you see on the Gundam Breaker 3 damage overlay. This most definitely looks like the dirt leg overlay on that game. But pretty much that's what it is. So to get to your pure pigments and check out really what you're really working with, don't forget to zero out weathering first, get a nice clean palette, and then come down here and adjust the color to your heart's content. And don't forget about that shine. let's see. I think that's pretty much it. Obviously, we got the new desert map in there. It's pretty sweet, wide open. As they say online, that the battle is focused around the middle mountain in the center. There are 5 waypoints on that map, but you'll see more footage of that, and you guys can jump into a live gaming session with me later, and I'm sure we'll both experience enough of that map. But anyway, that's it for now on the paint shop. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any other questions or anything, just put them down below in the comment section. Especially if now since there's been some other parts, some other people have been coming out with some other questions about continuations of the previous videos. Go ahead and throw them in there, and I'll let you know if I have an answer or not. But anyway, stay tuned to Sci-Fi Gaming, and thanks for checking it out, guys. See you later.